Hello, Penn. I'm here with Mr. Yeoman, and he is in charge of senior commencement, and he'll be answering some questions for us today regarding senior commencement. Now, what time do parents get there?
The students are going to get there at 4:30. The doors will open at 4:30 for the kids to come in. The parents probably won't be allowed in until around 5:30.
Okay, and we're supposed to go there dressed in our cap and gown, but what do we wear under our cap and gown?
That's a big thing. We want you to dress nice. So for the guys, dress shoes, dress socks, colored socks, dress pants, and your shirt has to be a collared shirt. You don't have to wear a tie. You can wear a tie, but it has to have a collar on it. No blue jeans, no shorts will be allowed. If you walk up like that, you're going to be asked to go back to your car and change or call mom and dad, and you don't want to be doing that at the last second.
Okay. And what are you allowed to bring to commencement? Any water, any food, anything?
They're not going to allow you to bring anything into that building other than yourself and your cap and gown and your tassel and any other type of cords or anything else you have. And anything else that you have other than a small set of car keys, they're going to make you take it back to your car. Or they're going to take it from you and put it in a box, and that's exactly what you don't want to do. So leave your cell phones in your car, leave them with mom and dad, and everything will go smoothly.
Okay, and you...
Girls dress. Their dress would either be in dress shoes, which would be either heels or flats, or a dress sandal, not flip-flops. And again, no shorts, no blue jeans, or anything like that. It has to be dress apparel. You've got to be careful with those high heels because you are going to be going up and down ramps and up and down stairs to get up and down the stage.
Yeah. And you get checked by security. What happens after that?
After you walk in and you go through security, and I'm going to tell you the truth, probably 95% of the kids, 99% of the kids will walk in fine. They're going to check and make sure they don't have anything they're not supposed to have and they're dressed properly, and almost everybody is. And they're going to walk in, and as soon as they walk in on the wall, will be posted their names in alphabetical order, unless they're the senior class officers or the valedictorians or salutatorians. They'll be seated in row 1 at the front. But the majority of the senior class will be sitting in alphabetical order. So you find your name and find out what row and seat number you're in. So as you walk in, when you walk in, you're going to be walking in through gate 1, which is in the north dome of the 2-dome Joyce Athletic and Convocation Center. So you're going to basically park in the big lot around 4:15, walk in, and you're going to be kind of walking in that courtyard area between the football stadium and the basketball arena. And there'll be Notre Dame personnel out there directing the students, and it's just a big game of follow the leader back there. We'll open the doors up at 4:30. You'll come through there. You'll find your row and seat number, and then you'll go sit down. And what we have in the North Dome, it's set up exactly like it's going to be set up in the basketball arena, which is the South Dome. So we'll find your row and seat number, your original row and seat number, and on the back of every one of those chairs, there's going to be a little index card with the actual row and seat number. It's pretty easy after that point.
Okay. And how long until they start calling names? Is it an hour, 2 hours?
Well, the first thing they're going to do once you find your own seat number, around 5 o'clock, they're going to take attendance. So it's really important that everybody is at least in there by 5, because then what we're going to do, we're going to bump everybody forward and remove the empty chairs that are there, the students that haven't shown up. And then you're running a major risk of not being involved in commencement. So that's huge. Then we'll start lining up. Basically, after we bump everybody down, we'll line up around 6:40 underneath the hallways of the ACC, and we'll enter through gate 6 into the basketball arena at 7 o'clock. When the music starts at 7 o'clock, we'll come down and take it and walk in, march in, and as soon as you get your seat, you're sit down. And then it'll be a period of time that the valedictorians will give their speeches. Dr. Thacker, Mr. Hope will give their speeches. Choir members will sing. And then we'll go through the process of the distribution of the diploma. And it's actually the diploma jacket. The diploma's not actually in there at the time.
Okay. And how do you move around when they call your names? Do you move in sections? Do you just follow a line?
Basically, you're in your row. And when the row gets up, everybody in the row gets up. And the row is split in the middle by an aisle. So, but if you're in, let's say, your final row and seat number, your initial row and seat number when you first walk in may be row 4. But as people are absent, you may bump up to row 3 and so on. So when your row gets up, the junior class marshals, who will be easy to identify because they'll be in gold robes and all the rest of you guys will be in black robes, they'll ask you to stand, and you'll stand and get up and move and follow, and just follow the leader. And there'll be several checkpoints to make sure everybody's in alphabetical order. and it's a fun night.
And obviously your parents are allowed to cheer, but how long are they allowed to cheer for?
Well, here's the catch. If you count kindergarten, it's taken you guys 13 years to pull this off, to get this degree, which is it's a great honor. And there's a lot of kids that are the first people in their family to ever graduate, and that's a big deal. But there's some kids that may be the 21st person to graduate in their family, but that's still a big deal because it took 13 years. So the reason we ask people to say, do a quick cheer and then shut it down is because we want the next person to be able to hear their name and their family to hear their name when they walk across, because it's a big deal for you, but it's a big deal for me, and it's a big deal for the person that's after us. So that's the reason why they crack down on that. So everybody has their moment, and their name is heard.
And when you go up there, you receive your fake diploma. When do you actually get your real one?
There'll be a time set up a couple weeks later that you'll come into to Penn High School, and they'll distribute it here. So you're going to come in and pick up your diploma. And now it's very important you get that taken care of. If you miss that deadline, let's say, for example, you're out of town when it's time to pick up the diploma, it's important that you get in here this summer, because eventually those diplomas get taken away, and then you're going to have to pay a fee of around $40 to $50 for a new diploma, and no one wants to pay that fee. So try to get in here on that day. Come in yourself, because you have to. We just can't. You can't. Austin, you couldn't come in and say, pick up my diploma, for example, because we have to give it to the person that it belongs to. Or the family member must come in with a big enough envelope and all the postage paid to be able to mail that home, and that's an extra expense. It's an easy thing to do, and they'll be in the main office.
And after you get your diploma, then where do you go? Do you just sit down, or?
Basically, when you're standing up, then they're reading your names. And when they read your name, you'll have climbed up to the top of the stairs. They'll read your name, you'll walk across, and you'll shake hands with several people. And you'll shake hands with your right hand, and you'll receive anything that they give you with your left hand. And there'll be multiple people that you'll shake hands with, concluding with receiving your diploma jacket at the end. And at that point, someone from HR Imaging will be taking your picture, shaking your hand, receiving that jacket. And that's something you can find online, and that's on the guidance website and the Penn High School website, of where you can search and find HR Imaging and get that photo taken by a professional photographer. Now, your parents are more than welcome to take photos, but they will not be allowed down on the floor where all the students are at. They have to be able to pull that off from their seats up above.
And how long does commencement usually last?
Well, if we walk in at 7 o'clock, usually pretty close to, again, depending on how many speakers we have and how long that lasts, usually around 9:30, we're about time to turn our tassels.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I mean, it's a great accomplishment, and on behalf of all the staff here at Penn High School, we're very, very proud of our senior class, and we want to wish you a hearty congratulations. It's quite an honor, and we're very proud of you.
Well, thanks, Mr. Yeoman. If you have any other questions, please contact Mr. Yeoman regarding commencement. Now back to the desk.